what's up? How's it? Aloha, it is me, Makani. Welcome to Culturised. I'm so excited. We're on season 8, which means you guys you don't like me, you like my guest. And that's what it's all about. I'm so humbled and privileged today because I've known this brother for a while, and we want to bring him on. A lot of you right now looking at him and go, hey, that guy look familiar. Let me just start by, we'll introduce it like this. Debut CD 2008, Nothing to Hide. Billboard Top 8 Reggae Albums in 2008, 11th overall. 2009 Nahoku Reggae Album of the Year. You are one part of the amazing group Rebel SoulJahz.
Hey,
Bubba SoulJahz, my friends. How are you, brother?
Aloha. How's it, everybody?
First of all, thank you for being here, and thank you for making time. We've known each other for a while.
Yes.
We were talking story a little while ago, and everybody knows you for Rebel SoulJahz. Let's do all the local incidents. Hey, where you from? What high school you went?
Solid. Yeah, so born and raised Waipahu.
94 block.
Amen.
Really quick, let's get into that. A lot of people that don't know, why is it 94 block? It's the zip.
All our address starts with 94.
You know, it's funny, when I first moved here, I didn't realize that, because all of Waipahu's addresses are 94, which is 94 block. Who's from from other blocks? What's your guys' block? You guys never know that, right?
I know,
Julia, where are you from?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. What is Hawaii? What is the first two numbers before your address? 12? No.
Beach is 91, I think.
Yeah.
It's
91. Yeah.
Right.
So for example, Kanyo is like the 44.
That's right. See,
Wainai is 92.
but you gotta love the fact that 94 block, and that's been like here's something interesting. I used to spend my summers at the 94 block. My one of my aunties, Robinson Heights.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm born and raised.
Really?
Yeah, Hawaii.
So right there. So we used to get sent from Lanai because this was the big city for us.
Nice.
We would hang out. So grew up in Waipahu. Went to high school. Waipahu High School?
Yes, Waipahu High School, 2005.
And
all of us.
Here's another weird thing. For the longest time, I don't know if it's just because I was from Lanai, I had no idea what a marauder was.
yeah.
It's what is it, like a Viking? No, what's a marauder?
It's like
a pirate?
Pirate.
There
Pirate
you go.
ships, yeah.
See, I learned some things.
Amen. Yeah, shout out to the 94 Block Boys.
There you go.
Yani, all that, Hawaii.
I love that.
The gym boys, yeah.
That's what I love about Waipahu. It's no matter how big Waipahu is. Now, growing up at the time, referred to as 94 block, but was there, growing up in your neighborhood, was there friction with other neighborhoods within Waipahu?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, we're from the, housing project, the ghettos kind.
Right.
So we have our ghettos. So, same like with all the other hoods.
Places, we have to represent our
gangs
street.
in our hood. Yeah. So, growing up, we had gang fights and stuff.
Ethnic backgrounds for you?
Oh, for myself?
Yeah, Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino, Hawaiian. My dad is Chinese, Pake. My mom.
What was it like growing up in Waipahu? What was more, as far as traditions and customs in your family? What do you remember about growing up? Was it more Filipino? Was it more?
Oh, my dad, he no more 1 ounce of Filipino in him, but he can cook Filipino.
Really?
Yeah, authentic kind of style.
No way.
Yeah. So we grew up getting lickings because planting vegetables, and then growing up, struggling paycheck to paycheck, so always gotta buy things to stretch the meal.
Yeah.
So we would get lickings for not eating vegetables, bro.
Right, because that was in the garden. Every house had kalamungai.
Every
house had paria on the fence.
Off, for real.
Who was growing up with mom, and who was more the enforcer, mom or dad?
My dad.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom was always had our back.
My
dad was strict. We had to be in bed by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, the latest. Oh yeah.
No way.
Yep. We'd get lickings because we'd go to the park, Hawaii Park, play with our boys, basketball, football, and
come home late.
When the street lights go on, we gotta be sundown. And when we always stretch the time,
sneaking in the house.
Yeah, we do. We sneak in the house, go straight into the bathroom for shower.
If you're joining us, we're sitting down with Brother Bubba SoulJahz, one part of Rebel SoulJahz, but we'll talk about the reason why he's here. He's got this great message, and this movement of moving forward in his life, and we'll tell you all about it right here on Culturized.
Bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser Digital Full Access subscription for just $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING.
Long's Drugs is always here for Hawaii, providing your family with their local favorites and accessible health and wellness services to keep you safe and healthy. Make Long's a part of your day. Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha. Welcome back to Culturized. It is me, Makani. I'm humbled and privileged to be sitting with Bubba SoulJahz.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
One part of Rebel SoulJahz. Now, talking about growing up in Waipahu, was music always a part of your life?
Yeah, pretty much. I fell in love with the ukulele at a young age, and we used to all be involved in our chicken farms growing up.
Right.
And my uncle would be like, "You help me on the weekends, I buy you an ukulele."
Really?
Yep. So
nice.
Speaking of that, one of my first ukuleles was from Sonny D, Uncle Sonny then from Waipahu.
That's right.
Yep.
Did you self-taught?
Yeah. So my uncle
Really?
would teach me basic chords, and then I just found this ear. I listened to the radio stations.
Wow.
And then Natural Vibes would come on, and I would just find the chord.
You know what's amazing? I sometimes I'm biased. I think that's a lot of local people playing by ear.
Yep.
And self-taught is a huge thing. Like outside of Hawaii, I don't know. If you guys know, let us know. But so you could listen to a song.
Yep.
And just like, okay, this is the chord.
Try find some.
No
just
way.
move up the scale.
Really?
Oh, match, and then you figure out the chords from there.
How old were you when you played your first song? You remember?
I performed in 4th grade in Honolulu Elementary. Me and my good friend Chalet Suera, us two, we led our class in
Really?
ukulele. That's 4th grade, so I would say, yeah.
What song?
10
You
years old.
remember the song?
I forget. It was on mixture songs of different ethnicity.
Oh, no way.
So we were singing in like 5 different languages.
Serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about culture. That's cool.
Yeah. Mabuhay Lechon. It was crazy.
What's the Filipino song? The Hill Sayo?
Yeah.
So you started playing music. Was singing just went right into that, or you just played first?
I was never a singer.
Really?
I'm still to this day, like, if
That's-
people ask me, you like jam? I'm like, yeah, seriously. I just played ukulele. Yeah.
Wow.
Singing came after. So, like, out of the band, when we first started out of high school, like, I had, like, the worst. Still this day, not the worst, it's just not the strongest.
That's funny you say
Vocal.
that because
Yeah.
that's how I see you. Wow.
Yeah. Truthfully, yeah. I know, like, people ask me, like, jam? Like, nah.
It's like I'll play the ukulele. That's it.
Yeah, I'll do background vocals.
Really?
Not lead vocals.
That's a trip to me. That's
Yeah.
that's interesting. Now, music, of course, always. So I was reading somewhere that when did you realize that music was going to be a part of your life? Right? Because back then you were always that kid that walked around with the ukulele at school.
Yep.
Yeah, you did some talent shows at school with the class, but when did you realize that, okay, this is I think music can be my thing. I can make some money.
So, going back to the chickens, my uncle
Because
would
that was the main source of income.
Yeah. My uncle would reward us and take us to these concerts at Waikiki Shell too.
Really?
We would get a couple hotel rooms, and I mean, we're talking 10 to 15 of his nephews.
Wow.
Every weekend would go help him at the chicken farm. He's got a scrub cup. So anyways, long story short, he would take us to the concerts, Bambucha concerts, all those at the Shell. And we would be one of the first ones to go in because the first 500 people would get on free gift.
I remember
So
that.
we would stand in line early, and then I would watch Fiji, Baba B, Jamin Chifraga on stage, and I'll be rapping to
How old
Jamin.
were you at the time?
Like 12, 13, maybe?
See, now you're going to make me feel really old because that was when I started Island 98.5. That was the first concerts we did was the Bambucha.
The Bambucha.
Going to these concerts. So Bambucha was the first one you went to?
Yep. And Birthday Bash. And
Birthday. Oh, man. That
all
was.
those ones.
I remember.
Yeah.
We don't do that nowadays.
No.
We don't do that
Man,
nowadays.
we missed. That was the days, bro.
When you started getting into so Rebel SoulJahz, were you guys always Rebel SoulJahz?
No. So we were Rebel Souls.
Rebels, okay.
Yeah. Acapella.
See, that's what I remember because I left Hawaii Radio about the time. I remember putting you guys' first CD on my show when I was at Island 98.5. And then I went to the mainland. But then I would follow you guys while I was on the mainland. You guys just started blowing up and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what I wanted to say was, we were talking about chickens. One of the great things about this brother is that you were one of the hardest working people I know outside of music. Like, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about, yes, music is his thing. You know him for his music, but there's so much more to this brother that we're going to get into. That's how we do. We're going to find out the culture of Bubba right here on Culturised. Long's Drugs is always here for Hawaii, providing your family with their local favorites and accessible health and wellness services to keep you safe and healthy. Make Long's a part of your day. At Aloha Kia, you know a guy. Visit them at any of their 7 dealerships statewide. Purchase a brand new Kia using Aloha Kia Express. Learn more at alohakia.com. Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha, it is me, Makani. Welcome back to Culturized, sitting with Bubba SoulJahz.
What's up?
And we're talking about you and growing up in Waipahu. Rebel Souls becomes Rebel SoulJahz. You guys catapult and put island reggae music in this whole new level. You guys been traveling the world. But right now, as we speak, there's this new... it's this new avenue you're taking. And it's fair to say that you're not leaving the group.
Right.
You just have a personal message that you want to share.
Yes.
And first of all, I gotta say mahalo for coming on, because it's not an easy message to share. Let's talk a little bit about back in the day, right? We'd go to concerts. Going to concerts, and it's just a Hawaii thing. When you're at a concert, there's going to be partying, there's going to be drinking, there's going to be smoking. There's that environment.
Yep.
When you became a musician, did it even get worse? Like a lot of the traveling, were you a drinker? Were you a smoker? Would you do all that?
Yes. Surrounded by this industry, of course, you're gonna have your brothers, your other band members, they drinking and stuff, and a lot of people can handle it, being straight and drinking, and some of us have a little more harder time. So I faced that whole alcohol and that drug addiction life. And
were you a drinker from a young age?
yes,
Because I think that's a Hawaii thing.
Yes, it is.
I always say it's funny, but it's not funny. In Hawaii, it's like as soon as you graduate from high school, everybody think you're 21.
Yeah.
Right? Because your uncle gonna be like, hey, go stop by the store, go
Right.
grab one Copac.
Right.
For some of us, that was just part of life. But then a lot of times what happens is we get caught into that. When did you realize that drinking or smoking became a problem? Was it during tour?
Yeah. Yes. In fact, it was 2017, to be totally exact. I fell off the surface. I got addicted to some substance, and that changed my life. I went actually downhill. Yeah, I want to share some personal things with you guys, and I can, because I feel I'm just a whole different person now. So speak what the truth about musicians is. You go through these phases in life, and just it happened. The boys been tour. They did a 10-year tour around the world, and I stayed home.
Really?
They didn't let me go.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So, but they did that because
They loved me.
Exactly.
And it was tough love.
Which is very rare, I think. Which is another reason why I appreciate you for being here, because as local boys, we don't like to say nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Pride,
we don't.
pride,
Yeah. Our
yeah.
pride will outweigh our problems.
Yep.
We don't like to tell people what's wrong with us. We like to punch air. When we mad, because it's a difficult thing. So I completely appreciate you for sharing this story, because there could be somebody outside of here who may have the same problem, and now they're like, wow, if Bubba can get through that,
You can,
right? Because I always say that's we could physically fight the biggest people in our lives, right? But fighting a problem like addiction that's the fight of your life.
It's real.
You had the brothers that said, listen,
Yep.
we love you.
You
Stay home.
Yep. Fix
Get
yourself.
it right.
Yep.
And when we come back, besides that, were there other things that helped you through that and realize, okay, I gotta stop doing this?
To be totally honest, was the support of my family.
Nice.
They, I was fortunate to have one family that, right or wrong, they still gonna just support you and be there for you. A lot of times, people like local families too, like they know more that background support, and that's how it's harder for them.
Say that again. Right or wrong, family should take care of you.
Yeah,
Right.
just they was just there. They could have turned their back and been like, shame. This guy brings shame to us, but they was just neck and neck with me.
Again, it's one of those local things. I think we always have, we're always gonna have that one person in the family, the black sheep. Nobody like talk about.
Yeah.
But the fact that your family was like, no, brah, you gotta kick this, and the boys is like, no, brah,
Yeah.
you gotta kick this. But the fact that but you're doing it, you're tapping into your talent. And now telling people. So when we come back, this is Culturised. We're talking to Bubba, and we're going to talk about, yes, he had a little bit of stint of addiction, and it became a problem, but he realized it, and we're going to tell you what he's doing now to turn that around right here in Culturised.
For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com.
Windows Hawaii. Windows are not only designed to beautify your home, but also to make your home more secure, energy efficient, and virtually noise-proof. Contact Mario now for your free in-home estimate. 808-671-0808.
Long's Drugs is always here for Hawaii, providing your family with their local favorites and accessible health and wellness services to keep you safe and healthy. Make Long's a part of your day. Hey, what's up? How's it? Aloha, it is me, Makani. Welcome back to Culturised, sitting with my brother right here. I just got to, again, I'm going to keep saying it. We appreciate him for being here because you know him, Rebel SoulJahz. The music that he puts out is amazing. We talked about, this is one of the hardest working guys I know. Whether you go grab fish from his house, right? Because if you're on Instagram, if you're on social media, you watch him. This is on La Vaia right here. He's got the fish, catches it, got to everything. We first met, besides radio, you were actually working as well at my son's school, right? And then I see him working there. I see him doing fish, and then you were working at UFC.
Yes.
This is what I love about that, is no matter how big you become in this reggae scene, and as far as a musician, international star, you are still 94 Block Bubba.
Amen.
Right? You're still 94 Block Bubba. And the fact that you're going to be like, I now have a platform to share with other people if they have this problem. Now, you took your love of music and you took this credibility you have with Rebel SoulJahz, and you're going on your own, but you're not leaving the group.
Yes. No, never.
We got to make that clear because the boys love you.
Yo, that's Rebel SoulJahz is for life. They're my number one priority.
I love that.
Yep.
But they're also giving you the ability to share your message.
Yes. So, big up to the boys, Mikey, Will's Tunes, Kulani, and our manager, Ray Jr. But I'm doing this for my family and my friends, and, the boys all do individual things,
right.
But at the end of the day, we all represent Rebel SoulJahz.
That's the beauty of it. You think of a lot of, you think of island music or any groups in that matter. A lot of them, they're great together as a band, but a lot of them don't stay together.
Yes.
They don't have what you guys have, right? They don't have that love. They don't look at you and go, oh, Baba, you drinking again? Yeah, never mind. They're like, no, we're gonna take care of him. How now are you gonna push this message and change your life? You're coming out with a solo album. And you're right, because you've always written music.
Yes, it's always how Rebel SoulJahz always wrote it back in the days. Just come together. Oh, Bubba, doing raga, right on raga. Okay, Mikey, you can do first verse. Okay, you right. Okay, what the topic? Love. Always love.
I like
right?
that.
Hawaii is like love music, love. So that's pretty much how it started, and then everybody just write their own.
Have you guys written music that you haven't put out yet?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
5th album, Rebel SoulJahz, March 2023.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, but I want to talk about yours.
Yes.
Now, you're working solo album, and it's gonna be about this. It's gonna be.
Yes.
Can we say your newfound
yes,
life?
Yes. My testimony through music. What I've been through. I went through this dark phase in my life, and I just changed. I pray, accepted God back in my life, and I just write all these songs that I'm coming out on this new album that I'm doing, my solo project. It's all true stories, Makani. Yeah.
You sent me a couple. Brah. That's all. Look, that's all we get when something is really good. Brah.
Thank you, brother.
Just some of the titles of the songs. Just tell our friends.
Soldier of God. And
right off the bat.
Brothers. And then this song called No Loyalty. I'm doing some more music with Emo Garza. Yeah.
There you go.
I went back to my roots because he produced our first two albums.
That's right.
Nothing to Hide and Bring Back the Day. So I went back.
What's it like? Think about this, because I want to come back on extended version. I'd love for you to do one of your songs, but think about this. What's it like to now write music? You're writing with Rebel SoulJahz, and you're writing music about love, and you're writing music about party life and this and that. What is it like now writing about you and your testament? I want you to share that with us coming up. If you're joining us on Culturised, we're talking, sitting with Bubba SoulJahz from Rebel SoulJahz. He's on this path, sharing with us a part of his life that a lot of people don't like to share, but he's doing it because he's changing his life and hopefully yours. Join us on the extended version on YouTube. Do that now because he's not going anywhere. This is Culturised.
Don't miss Hawaii's favorite local shows. Get your house in order with Yunji Denise. It's a Hawaii Thing with Lanai and Brooke Lee. Culturised with Makani. The Art of Beer with Tim Golden, Daniel Bruce, and David Power. Visit wikiocast.com for full episodes.